Hello students, this is Ujjwala Bhandiwad, lecturer from KLS Gokte PU College of Commerce and Science, Belagavi. We have already started our first chapter, that is Fundamentals of Computers. We have learned how the computers were evolved over the period of time. What is computer? What are the basic characteristics of computers? We have learnt them in the previous class. In today's class, we will be learning about the functional components of a computer. That is, block diagram of the computer. You can see here, students, computer is connected with various different units or parts. So this diagram shows how they are interconnected with each other. Okay? This diagram is important. Along with the explanation, it carries 5 marks. So students, you have to remember this diagram. First part in the block diagram is input unit. Input unit is a part which is used to enter the data into the computer. I repeat once again, input unit is a part of the computer which is used to enter the data into the computer. Okay? For example, we can have keyboard, mouse, scanner or a web camera, etc. All these are input devices. Okay? Now, the second part of the block diagram is central processing unit. CPU, in short we can say it, is a part of the computer that executes the program instructions. Okay? Therefore, it is also known as brain of the computer because it takes all major decisions, it makes all sorts of calculations, and also it directs the various parts of the computer to perform their activity and control their operations. Okay? In short, we can say it controls and coordinates, okay, all the actions of various different parts of the computer. There is also, we can say, a bus. Okay, generally what is bus means in general terminology we say bus is used to travel from one location to another location. Okay, in generally we call bus means a vehicle where it is used to travel from one location to another location. Similarly here there is a pathway. Pathway means there is a route through which data will be transferred between various different parts of the computer, and that path we call it as a bus. Okay. The CPU or central processing unit consists of 3 subparts. They are memory unit, ALU, and third one is control unit. So now students, let us learn what these subunits are performing. Okay. First one is memory unit. See, memory unit is basically used to store any data, program instructions as well as the result. Okay. This memory unit is also known as main memory. It stores various results or any program instructions. Okay. It has several thousands of storage locations where this data will be stored. Okay. Usually this main memory stores the data temporarily. Temporary means what? See, as long as we know that computer runs on a power supply. Without power supply, computer cannot run. It requires a power supply, okay, or we require a storage battery, okay. To as long as the power supply is present to the computer, data will be stored inside the computer. Once the power supply goes off, then the entire data will be lost. This character is known as volatile. Means what? The data will not be stored permanently. I repeat once again. In the main memory, data will not be stored permanently. It will be stored temporarily. Hence, it is volatile in nature. Okay. Next subunit of CPU, that is Central Processing Unit, is ALU. ALU full form is Arithmetic and Logic Unit. Okay. ALU means it is a place where all arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, etc. will be taking place. Okay. So this is the place where all the numeric calculations will be done. Once you enter the data into the computer, then if calculation have to be performed, then it will be done inside the ALU only. Okay. Remember, no calculation is done in the memory unit. Memory unit is going to only store the data. It will not going to calculate anything. Whenever calculations will come, then automatically the calculations are done in the ALU. Okay. Here data will be moving from a memory unit to ALU. Again, once the inside ALU calculations are done and we obtain the result, and that result again should be stored inside the memory. So hence data will be moving from memory to ALU, again from ALU to memory. To and fro there will be a data flow between ALU and memory. Okay. Now the third unit is control unit. See, control unit, it acts as a central nervous system. Okay. As inside the human being we have a nervous system, similar resemblance we can give here inside the computer. This central unit ensures that information is stored correctly, program instructions are followed in a proper sequence, okay, as well as data is selected whenever it is required from the memory. All these actions have to be controlled and monitored by one unit, and that is the responsibility of control unit. Okay. This control unit in generally controls the operations of the input units, output unit, memory unit, as well as the processor. Okay. Now we come across the last part in the block diagram is the output unit. See, we completed all the 3 subunits which are present inside the central processing unit, that is memory unit, arithmetic and logic unit, and control unit. Now we are coming the final part inside the block diagram, that is output unit. Okay. Output unit means what? This is a, you can say, any part or any device which is used to send the data from the computer to the user. See, computer's job is not only just to take the instructions, perform the calculations, to store the data inside the computer. No. Once the calculations are completed, it should show the result to the user. So, this output device is basically displays the result after calculation. Okay. Example we can give here, that is you can say monitor. Here I have shown speakers will come. Also you have printers. These are your commonly used output devices. Okay. So, students, when they ask, explain the block diagram of the computer, you need to draw the diagram of the block diagram of the computer neatly. Then you have to explain input unit, then central processing unit. You know that central processing unit consisting of again 3 subunits. They are memory unit, arithmetic and logic unit, and control unit. Okay. Then finally you have to explain output unit. Okay. Just now we said output unit is basically used to display any data or any result, you can say. Okay. And you have to give example, output device example you have to give. If you write this much, then it will be covered under 5 marks. So, in today's class we have learnt the block diagram of the computer, that is, it shows the various parts, how they are connected inside the computer, and what is the activity of each and every unit, that has been explained in today's class. So students, please you have to remember the diagram carefully. Again in the next class, we will be continuing with the generation of computers. Okay. So thank you students.